Hey guys, it's Tanya here. Thanks for watching. So for the last couple weeks, I have been trying out the Maybelline Fit Me foundation. Now this one is nothing new. This is the original. It's SPF 18 and it says Oxidate Lotion, which means I think it's supposed to help it from oxidizing. This is the original formula. Now recently in the stores, I found two new formulations. This one says New Look Dewy and Smooth. This one says Hydrate and Smooth. I don't really know what the difference is, but they do say two different things on them. And this one says Matte and Poreless. So this is more based for oily skin, and these two are more based for like drier to combination normal skin. However, I will say that in Canada, I could not find a lighter shade of the Hydrate and Smooth than 115 Ivory, and I'm thinking this is going to be extremely yellow for me. But I'm going to go ahead and try all these. Now again, I've been wearing these for the last week, so today I'm just going to put them on. I'm going to take them off so you guys can see what each of them look like, and I also want to compare this one to this one because I think these are the same formulation. I think these are the same formula. I think they're just different bottles. So we're going to start with the Matte and Poreless because I have it in 112 Natural Ivory, which I think is the closest to my skin tone. So I've taken a little amount. That seems like quite a bit actually. This is again the Matte and Poreless in the color number 112 Natural Ivory. Now this one might actually be a little bit light for me right now because it is still, you know, we're headed into fall, but it is still early fall here, and I've gotten a lot of sun this summer, so my skin is actually darker than it would normally be at this time of year. Normally I'm a lot more pale than I am. I will tell you guys right away, I can see on my skin type, this is not blending as seamlessly as I would like it to, and it's because it's not meant for my skin type. Things that are generally mattifying on my skin become very patchy. So there is one side done, and there is the other side. That's the not done side. Like I said, things that generally tend to be matte for me. Whoa, Paxton, I'm filming! Things that tend to say matte on them generally look very cakey and patchy on my skin because they're not formulated with my skin type. I have tried this one a couple times, and all of those times I got the same effect. I mean, it looks okay on camera, but in person I can see there's definitely patches around my face, like in this cheek area and then my forehead. I'm going to build up around the cheeks so you can see. This is about a medium coverage, but it is buildable. And how you build it is you just kind of pat it instead of rubbing it. It will push the product into the face as opposed to blurring it out. So you can see there, you barely see any freckles, but the more product I add, the more cakey it looks in person. Now I don't know if on camera you're really getting a true idea of how cakey this foundation looks. So I'm going to get really close and see if it'll give you guys kind of the true look of it. So I don't know if you guys can see, but in this area, it just feels very cakey to me. This is my natural skin. The color is actually a nice match for me, but again, I don't like the formulation. So that is the number 112 Normal to Oily Fit Me foundation in the Matte and Poreless. This is a new formulation of this foundation. I would say if you have oily skin, I would highly recommend it because I love the formulation of the Dewy, which I'm about to show you guys. I don't like the formulation that's on my skin, but I think if you're normal to oily, you will really like the formulation of this. So the next one I'm going to try is, now I think these are exactly the same foundation. The 110, it says New Look Dewy and Smooth, and then the 110 regular. So I'm going to try the regular 110 on one side and then the Dewy and Smooth on another, and we'll see if there is any difference to them. I've taken just a little amount and I'm going to apply that. Now the formulation of this will be very similar as the other one. It's going to be very sheer, like a medium coverage, buildable of course, but it's going to start out a little bit more on the medium to sheer side. Now the 110 color also suits my skin tone very nicely. And again, I'm going to build up around the freckle and the under eye area because I want to get that to be the deepest area. So there is the 110, the original one, the original bottle packaging. That's it on that side of my face. So far, I'm noticing it's very smooth. It is very dewy around the cheek area. Can you guys see that? It gives off a nice sheen. And then on the other side, I'm going to apply the Dewy and Smooth New Look on the other side. Now this is also in color 110. We're going with the same color, and I'm hoping they're identical because that's a true test to a brand. Like 110 should be the same color in all of the range. It should just be different on the formulation. And I think, as you guys can see, it looks to be exactly the same color. I am going to build up again in this area. I would say that the 110 right now, which is what I have on my face, is a little bit light for me right now, so it's looking a little bit funny because I'm obviously more tanned right now than this is letting me be. So I do think that the original looks like it has more coverage. I definitely still see freckles kind of appearing out of my cheek area, and I don't see any freckles here. Especially in person, I can really see the difference. As far as everything else, they both look very smooth, easy. They don't look cakey. It does look, again, a little bit on the pale side because right now I'm obviously a lighter skin tone than this color, or a darker skin tone than this color foundation. But as far as formulation goes, I would definitely say that the 110 original and then the new look Dewy and Smooth are most likely the same foundations in my opinion. And then the last one I want to try is the 115. Now this is a completely different color. Now that we got that one all off, you can see my face is getting a little bit annoyed. We're going to try the 115, which is an ivory. Now I actually personally think this color is going to be too pink for my skin tone. So this color looks very pink on the back of my hand, and I don't know. I think this might actually be a perfect match for my skin tone right now. I think this color actually might be the closest match for my skin tone at the moment, which is kind of scaring me because whoop, in the bottle it looked super pink, but on the skin it's not projecting that pink. It's actually looking a little bit more neutral tone, which is good. I like this. This one's applying a lot like the Dewy and Smooth one. I'm assuming that one of the bottles is American and one of them is Canadian, because that would make sense, because normally they do that. They just change like the packaging name a bit and then they send it off, but it's the same stuff. Definitely is applying the same way. I think overall out of all of these, the 115 is probably the closest to my current skin coloring, and it also is my favorite formulation of all of them. I'm assuming the 110 is the same formulation because I like it just as much. It does definitely provide this luminosity on the face. Can you guys see that glow? And that's like, I'm not wearing any highlighter. That's just the lights and this foundation. I do really like the Dewy Smooth or Hydrate and Smooth. I'm assuming these are the same. I just think, again, one is American and one is Canadian. And I'm assuming the one that says Hydrate and Smooth is Canadian because it has French on it. And the one that says Dewy and Smooth is American because it does not. That would be my best guess when it comes to those two foundations. So I'm going to go ahead and apply the rest of my makeup and then I'll give you guys my overall thoughts. So overall, I would say that I loved the original Fit Me foundation, and I'm pretty sure that this Hydrate and Smooth and Dewy and Smooth combination, whether it's Canadian or American, is the same foundation. It works the same way. It seems really, really flawless. Still has that dew. Now I'm wearing some highlighter, but it's gorgeous. The matte and poreless version of this, I think, would be amazing for anybody who has a oily skin. It really definitely made my skin look really matte throughout the day when I was wearing it for longer periods of time. I just found that for me, it looked a little bit cakey because, again, I don't have oily skin. So it's trying to mattify those oils and I don't have the right product. Overall, I would say this is definitely a foundation you should look into. It's one of the drugstore bests. I give it a big thumbs up. If you guys have tried this foundation and love it or hate it, let me know down below. I'd love to know what you guys think. Thank you guys so much for watching this video, and I will see you in my next one.
What do you mean? Well, you know that I need it. When you nod your head yes, but you wanna say no. What do you mean? Well, you know that I need it. When you don't want me to move, but you tell me to go. Well, you know that I need it. What do you mean? Said you're running out of time. What do you mean? Your mind, what do you mean? You're very protective when I'm leaving. I'm trying to compromise, but I can't win.